block, it is time. Yo, we back on Project Eden Garden, y'all. It's gonna be a wild one, but I do got something for y'all today, since it is the last Project Eden Garden video for chapter 1. You know I had to drop some heat on your head. You know I had to, bro. So, editing top, go ahead and play that fire, bro. Yeah, hottest rapper on YouTube. I really be doing it. Project Eden's Garden. Yeah, it's really starting. Spitting mad fire up in Eden's Garden. Let me start with Damon. He a broke Biakia. Numbers be acting tough. Please somebody come smack him up. Next up is Tozu. Boy, we don't know you. Want us to kill each other, but what you don't know is you gon' lose. 2 punches, you gon' bruise. Going green like I'm Bruce. Next up is Mar. He wanted a sidekick and he chose you. You try to shoot Grace up in her face. You not a real shooter, yeah. Desmond is my ace. And when we got Wolfgang, know we beating every case. And just like Jan, we racing, got my foot up on the gas. No brakes. Sorry I had to do that to y'all, bro. I can't let y'all hear the rest. If y'all want more, let me know in the comments. I hope y'all liked that. Hope y'all thought it was heat, bro. No. You know, but let's get on to the actual trial, bro.
Diana, now's your chance to defend yourself. Tell me what happened.
Where do I even start, though?
How about you begin by explaining why you went to the boiler room?
Why I went there? It was because of a note.
I got it right. There's no way I got that right. He sent the... I just spit everywhere. He sent the note to her, bro.
Note?
2 days ago, someone slid one into my room. I never got to see who. I just heard a knock. And when I walked over, there was a note under my door.
I don't remember any of this.
Sorry. It was midday-ish, and you weren't there at the time. And I didn't show you the note later because, well, I'll just read you what it said.
Diana, as you are aware, it is your obligation to speak with those whose blackmail you've obtained. After receiving your blackmail and reading the information disclosed in it, I believe a meeting between the two of us is warranted. In 2 days' time, please come to the underground boiler room at 8:45. Make sure to arrive promptly. Close the door behind you. To avoid discourse, don't show anyone this letter. Don't approach me about it either, even in private. There's always a chance someone can hear. Wolfgang.
Wolfie wrote this?
Wolfgang had Diana's blackmail? But didn't he have Jean's?
Hold on a sec. If you take a closer look, the handwriting on that note, doesn't it resemble the handwriting on Wolfgang's note?
You're actually right.
Wow, so somebody wrote 2 notes.
Wolfgang's note has been water damaged. The words I can make out.
So I wasn't right. I wasn't right.
Diana's here.
Then someone else was posing as Wolfgang?
The killer, most likely. They must have thought his word was the only one Diana would follow.
Guess it worked, huh?
I didn't want to show this note earlier because I was scared of how people would try to twist it. Like saying I faked the note or that I decided to kill because of it. I thought it would be better to just stay quiet.
I'm glad you brought it up, though.
I know you guys think I'm stupid for agreeing to meet in a place like the boiler room. I just didn't want to disappoint Wolfgang in case he really did write the note, which was why I left my room around 8:40 a.m. and went downstairs.
Did you catch any strange movement down there?
No, it was just me. I did find the boiler room door hanging open a little bit, but I didn't think much of it. I just went inside and closed the door behind me, since that's what the note asked me to do.
What did you see inside the boiler room?
Man!
The boiler room was really dark, so the first thing I noticed was actually the security camera light.
Bro, this is such like a wild trial, bro.
My eyes had to take a few seconds to adjust to everything else. But after that, I finally saw him.
What did she see, bro? Oh, he really struggling.
Wolfgang was lying in the water, making these weird noises.
He do look sick.
It didn't seem like he'd even notice me entering the room. Not until... Wolfgang?
What happened, bro? I need to know what happened.
Hearing his name seemed to snap him out of his trance, because he slowly rose to his feet. Wolfgang, are you okay?
It's you.
Huh?
Oh yeah, he tweaking.
I can't believe it.
Oh yeah, he tweaking.
I really am finally meeting you.
What do you mean?
Why is he tweaking?
Please forgive me. Please forgive me for what I've become.
Nah, bro, he took a bean or something. What happened?
Despite how hard I tried, how much I wanted it to be true, I could never become you.
Huh? What are you talking like your dad?
I will always be a failure.
Bro, you are what you think, bro.
It's okay, Wolfgang.
Yeah, he tweaking, bro.
Look, there's stairs over here. Come over here and we can get out.
What happened?
I have no idea if he didn't hear me, or if he was just ignoring me. But, okay. I'll get closer to you then. I went over to the ledge of the platform, the part where the fence had a gap. Just take my hand, okay? And I'll pull you out. He slowly stumbled over, and he held my hand. I didn't really think I could pull him out. I just wanted to be there for him.
Like, bro, what?
It was the best I could do, because I didn't want to enter the water. Staying on the platform felt so much safer. And I really, really hate that it did. It's okay.
Why is he crying? What happened?
Get through this together, all right? I was looking at him when I said that. I was looking right at him. But somehow...
What is wrong? What's wrong, bro?
Somehow I didn't think to react.
What is happening?
When he reached inside his blazer.
So he did cut her.
Bring her back. Bring her back!
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Leave the room, but the door was locked. I didn't know what to do. I started looking around for things to defend myself with, and that's when I saw the gun.
The taser gun?
Somebody planned this out. Somebody planned this out.
Did you use it?
I took the taser, and I aimed it at Wolfgang, and
She tased him.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't shoot him. I just backed away from him.
Why is he tweaking?
I couldn't understand anything. Why was this happening to me? Why was I being attacked? Why can't I do anything to...
Why is he tweaking out?
I'm not like you. I'll never be like you. I won't give up until the world knows.
What are you talking about, dog?
Give up until everyone knows me as...
So that's when the generator went
All
out.
of a sudden, everything turned white. Everything in front of me. Except Wolfgang. In those few seconds, he became pitch black. And then, so did everything else.
Somebody smacked him upside the noggin.
Even though I didn't see Wolfgang fall over, I heard it. His body cracking against the pavement, and his knife falling into the water. I waited for the gasp of pain, for him to groan or mumble or say something, but there was nothing. There was just me and the silence.
Who was it? Who was it?
That's
Who
how
was
it
it?
happened.
What the?
That's what I'm saying. Man, if y'all enjoying this video, bro, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe. If y'all watching on Twitch, hit that follow, bro, because we going through craziness right now. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
Man. Attacked you?
Oh my goodness, Diana, I'm at a loss for words.
This is getting too much for me, bros. I think I'm gonna faint.
Holy shit. So Diana really did watch Wolfgang die.
Why was he so violent towards her? It's like he became an entirely different person.
The word you're looking for is crazy.
despite how hard I tried, how much I wanted to be true, I could never become you. Oh, Wolfgang said those words. Because of our thing, bro.
The boiler room after all that. By picking the door's lock.
With the bobby pin.
I wasn't even thinking. I just started feeling my way back to the door in the dark. And then, well, my supply bag.
Yep, with a bobby
I
pin,
remembered
bro.
the spare hairpins I always kept inside. To be honest, I have no idea how I managed to unlock the door. The whole thing was repeated trial and error. Just minutes of me telling myself that somehow this next attempt will finally work.
Whoa! Actually unlocking the doors. That's like hitting a bullseye blindfolded.
Now we know why it took so long for her to escape.
I realized why it happened. Getting trapped inside, I mean. The door's lock was on the outside. So, someone must have set the lock before I came downstairs. So that when I closed the door, I'd be trapped.
Who else would notice a I'm trying to think, bro.
The lock is normally on the inside too. The killer purposely flipped it, then left the door open so you would be the one to close it. As for why the killer locked the door to begin with...
It was to frame Diana, right?
Uh-huh.
Right. The killer made Diana trap herself inside the boiler room, so they could kill Wolfgang in front of her, and force her to remain by his body. Had their plan worked, Diana would only be able to escape if someone from outside entered the boiler room. By which point, that someone would be stumbling across what looks like a cut-and-dry murder case.
Oh.
Found Diana, they would have been playing right into the killer's hands.
Speaking of which, Diana, I'm curious to know, did you unlock the door before or after the tournament attendees arrived downstairs?
It sort of happened at the same time. Like, when I opened the door, there were already people walking down the stairs. Obviously, I couldn't stay inside the boiler room. If anyone saw me close to Wolfgang's body, it would look really bad.
Yeah, so you walk to the side.
The hallway was a bit easier to make out in the dark. So I walked over to a wall bordering one of the storage closets and hid behind it. And stayed as quiet as possible. I was still bleeding a little from Wolfgang's cut though. And some of that blood ended up dripping onto the floor around me.
It's the blood on the underground floor! It's all coming together!
Uh-huh.
This was shortly before us tournament goers split up. And you made a run.
And then she just made a run for it, yeah.
Down the hallway, up the stairs, and then as quietly as possible into my room. Since everything was still really dark, I had to patch myself using the Tozu Trinket's projection as my light. I realize this is a lot, and I know it's hard to believe without proof. So, if you guys could just give me a second.
What do you have? What do you have, Diana? Reach into her makeup bag, Diana pulled out a wipe and began scrubbing her arm.
I cleared up the blood pretty fast. Luckily for me, the cut wasn't that deep. There's still a chance it may leave a scar, though.
Mmm.
Holy crap!
So she's not lying, bro.
It's okay. I'll cover it back up again.
Why did Wolfgang attack you for no reason?
I wouldn't say it was for no reason.
You're being kind of insensitive, man.
Huh? I didn't mean it like that. What I'm trying to say is, Wolfgang's actions may look random from an outsider's perspective, but from his perspective, well, judging by his behavior, it seems like he saw something which shook him to his core.
This man in a Death Note universe, bro. He's seeing Shinigami and shit.
There was something
Like
in
what?
the room that Diana didn't see.
That's impossible. It was only me and Wolfgang in the boiler room.
I don't believe Jean meant it in a literal sense.
Wolfgang literally saw something?
He thought he saw something, is my point.
He was hallucinating.
You mean he had been hallucinating? What did Wolfgang hallucinate for him to turn out the way Diana described?
You'd be surprised by the sort of things our minds can invent. I'm lucky to have never experienced anything myself, but I know some who have hallucinated nasty things. If Wolfgang went through something similar, I can see why he lashed out.
What the heck is going on at sea?
Of course, these hallucinations don't just happen out of the blue. More often than not, they're substance-induced.
Somebody had to have done something. That's what a little dot on the back of his neck. They injected him with something.
Just say Wolfgang took a hallucinogenic.
Hallucinogenics?
One which induced a lot of fatigue, too, judging by the way he lumbered about in Diana's account.
It would explain why Wolfgang mostly stayed in one place.
One place, which happened to be in the water.
Seems very deliberate. I reckon the killer knocked Wolfgang unconscious in order to drag him into the water, but knew he would eventually wake up again. So they drugged him with something which would basically make him despondent. As for where the drug came from...
Oh no! Don't tell me the killer robbed.
They took it from the drugstore.
It was a bad idea.
Oh.
What's this it we're talking about?
The pharmacy.
Obviously.
The pharmacy.
Why the heck did we think leaving that place open was a good idea? Fuck! I knew our promise was too good to be true! And don't say Wolfgang drugged himself! Who wants to be tortured by demons?
Well, stranger people do exist.
That is true.
That's rich coming from you!
Alright, bro. Go back to making... Whatever, bro. Making your TikToks, dog. Just as I predicted. Exploring the pharmacy ended up paving a way for a murder. Should I have made more of an attempt to stop people from exploring it? Back then, all I did was cautious yet determined expressions. Stood at the interior pharmacy, giving every energy restricted making, but already invoked in a group's ear. Whatever, bro. I'll just stay quiet. Let them do their thing. Hey, you know, they ain't want to listen to you before. Like, then again, nobody would have listened to me, especially not with Wolfgang.
If we know where the perpetrator got their chemicals, I guess our next step is figuring out how they did the drugging.
They did it with a needle. It was a needle, bro.
It would help us better understand the timeline of events and potentially even validate Diana's testimony.
It was with a needle for sure.
Sounds like you guys can leave this one to me. I'm the kind of person who knows someone back to front the moment I meet them. If you haven't already realized, I've gone and read this killer like an open book.
Okay, now let me know what you got, Jake, because I bet you're going to be completely wrong.
The last person I trust to reach a correct conclusion.
That's what I'm saying with Noah.
Just you wait. The second you hear what I gotta say, you'll be eating those words.
Say it. Pinning down how Wolfgang was drugged. Way to validate the testimony. Question how the killer would drug him. It was with a needle, bro. For sure. With a needle. With a needle. With a needle. It was with a needle. Thin piece of metal. Thin piece of metal. Wolfgang's neck. Okay, that's Wolfgang's neck.
To swallow it.
No.
Just jab him at that point.
Yep.
How would the killer make him swallow a pill? There was no proof they restrained him.
At all.
Didn't the killer knock Wolfie out?
Uh-huh.
Maybe that was their way of restraining him.
You can't force
No.
an unconscious person to swallow a pill.
Exactly.
What if it was a drug you don't need to eat?
Uh-huh.
Like an inhalable substance?
Like a powder or something.
No.
The pharmacy does have a large collection.
It's a needle, bro.
Sedatives. But there's too many for us to isolate any specific one.
Okay. How did the killer drug Wolfgang? Out of all the ideas being thrown around, only one has a real merit. Where was that at? I was scrolling through it.
Discussed earlier. It was mentioned he had a tiny red dot below the bruise on his neck. During the investigation, I thought this dot was a scab from a mole or pimple.
I'm so mad at myself.
It's clear to see what it really is. A puncture wound.
Considering the timeline of events, an injection would check out if Wolfgang got drugged a little after 8:15 a.m. and was already feeling the effects when Diana arrived at 8:45 a.m. Then we're dealing with something which entered his bloodstream in under 30 minutes. Any normal pill would have taken, probably an hour to dissolve.
Whilst an injection would be much quicker.
That's probably another reason why the killer knocked Wolfgang unconscious. It would have been incredibly difficult to inject him if he was still moving around, only when they had him right where they wanted. Dazed and unable to fight back, did they plunge the syringe into his neck.
With said syringe being filled with a hallucinogenic.
But if this all happened a few minutes after 8:15 a.m., doesn't that make it impossible to pin a suspect?
What? Why is it impossible?
Because everybody's got an alibi for that time. I mean, Damon and I were in my dorm room, and the other party people...
8:15 a.m. Yeah, I was already in the dining hall with Jet, Mark, and Eva.
The only person that would have been...
I left Wolfgang's dorm right after...
Is it Toshiyoko or whatever her name is?
When Nona and I were in our dorm room together.
And me and Eloise were already sitting down in the courtyard.
Toshiko was giving me the medication she grabbed from the pharmacy.
And, I stayed in my dorm room until 8:40 a.m.
It was bro.
Oh no. If everyone can be accounted for, they really can't discern a suspect.
So, we're back to square one?
Someone here must be lying.
Somebody gotta be capping.
And doesn't plan to stop.
What's screwing us over here? Is the part of the mystery we're getting wrong? Or could it be we're overlooking something? It was ruled out as having no relation to the murder case because the wires didn't touch the water. But the position of it, the fact that it destroyed, and the timing of the blackout. One coincidence is easy to wave off, but when a coincidence after a coincidence after a coincidence, and there's something more going on.
If everyone has an alibi for 8:15 a.m., is it possible the killer never actually attacked Wolfie at that time? But his little note said to come by at 8:15 a.m., didn't it?
Ingrid, do you remember what you said when we couldn't figure out who stole Desmond's taser?
To be honest, I'm drawing a blank.
You suggested we switch subjects and discuss Wolfgang's injuries instead. As a result, we ended up unraveling more about the case than if we had stuck to the original topic. Right now, we're at a dead end. If we can't get any more leads out of this current discussion, then that's a sign to switch our focus.
Switch our focus to what?
Got it. Something, bro.
I want to take another look at Diana's testimony.
Mine?
Back when you were describing Wolfgang's death, something stuck out to me.
Yeah, when everything blew up. When everything blew up, all of a sudden everything turned white. Everything in front of me, yup. Yes, sir. And then he fell into the water, got beat, the schmoinkies beat out of him.
The flash of white Diana described must have been the generator exploding, with the darkness afterwards being the blackout. Think about the order of events there. In just a few seconds, the boiler room's generator explodes, and Wolfgang falls over dead. Doesn't it sound like the two are correlated?
Oi, didn't we go over this already? We did. The generator has nothing to do with Wolfgang's death. Its wires weren't touching the water.
Indeed. Which is why the murder weapon is the taser gun.
Diana said she never used the taser.
She never used it.
She's lying.
What?
Well, because the doors were off of it.
True. I never fired the gun.
It's all good. I believe you. Sure. Nobody can dispute the gun was fired. What can be disputed, though, is when it got fired. I wouldn't be surprised if the killer fired that gun way in advance. Like, sometime before Wolfgang arrived downstairs and left it in the boiler room for us to find later.
What? So the taser gun isn't the murder
It's
weapon?
bait. It's bait.
If Wolfgang wasn't
It could
killed
be
with the
bait.
taser gun or the generator, what other options are we left with?
The taser gun is the only option which makes sense. The murder weapon can't be anything else.
The true murder weapon. Is it possible there's a third source of electricity we haven't considered yet?
And
The
anyway,
cord.
The only proof Diana never shot
The cord.
taser is her own word.
Huh?
What do you mean?
All the evidence supporting your version of events is circumstantial. The note you showed us? That could be a fake alibi you made for yourself. The fact that it has the same handwriting as Wolfgang's is already suspicious.
Couldn't that just mean the same person tricked them?
If you earnestly believe Diana didn't write it, then maybe. But do you see what I'm saying? There's no proof Diana never wrote the notes. There's only her word to go by. Because if she did write them, everything about her entering the boiler room at 8:45 a.m. and being locked inside could be a total lie.
I get what you're saying. But if we run with the idea that Diana was the one waiting for Wolfgang all the way back at 8:15 a.m., then we're stuck with the issue we had last time. Why did Diana wait over an hour to kill him?
That's also circumstantial. None of us know what really went on between those two in an hour. Ruling someone out because they took a long time to murder is stupid.
Without context? Sure, I'd say the same. But
Mm.
since the boiler room is unlocked, anyone can enter. If Diana knocked Wolfgang out, then she took over an hour to kill him with that info in mind.
Okay, but who would enter? No one wants to make a detour down some gross, freaky-looking basement. The boiler room is probably the most covert place a person can be.
The most covert place. Her words do make sense. After all, I chose to meet Tozu in the boiler room for the very same
Diana
reason.
claims she didn't write the notes, and she claims she didn't shoot the gun. But where's the hard proof she didn't do any of these things?
Man.
Answer lies in what destroyed the generator.
What?
Didn't we already talk about that?
All you guys did was discuss theories. Never anything concrete. Settling for a theory isn't good enough when our lives are on the line. In the same way Ava can't rule out Diana's involvement in the case, we can't rule out the generators.
That's true.
So we have to figure out what destroyed the generator? What should we do? Just throw out ideas?
It's what we've been doing this whole time.
Oakley dokley. All right, everyone.
I think it was the cord. Something to do with the cord.
Work together, we'll unravel this mystery for sure. Ready? On your marks, get set, go!
I'll stop debate again. Okay, we're not gonna flop this one this time. We're actually gonna pay attention. Okay, shrapnel. Okay, it has something to do with the shrapnel for sure.
Could have just been an electrical fault.
So, a coincidence?
Is this the best situation? To be waving stuff off as a coincidence?
Did the killer throw something at the generator that made it explode?
Perhaps it's the fault of the taser gun? The electrical discharge it released might have connected with the generator and created an overabundance of energy, which caused everything in the circuit to pop.
Nope.
Probably. There's no proof anything besides the taser was involved.
In that case,
Okay.
the generator blew up after Wolfie got shot with the taser.
Okay, we just listened to what y'all got us. I don't agree with what Ava said. There's shrapnel, obviously. No, I'm long past the point of falling for this surface level diversion. In reality, the truth is floating just within reach.
Taser was involved.
No, that's wrong!
Redemption time, baby. Redemption time, bro.
Unfortunately, Ava, I have to disagree. You say nothing but the taser could have been involved in the murder. But there's one possibility you didn't consider. The shrapnel in the water.
Uh-huh. It blew up. Something blew up.
Right. The ones that look like the aftermath of an explosion. Due to their proximity to the generator, it's safe to assume the two are connected.
Can't that just be debris left by the generator?
Except
Nope.
this debris is a completely different color.
It's red, bro.
It lacks the rust the generator has accumulated.
Uh-huh.
We're obviously looking at the remnants of something else. Which means an object we haven't yet identified was caught in the explosion.
Floating near it was another place of an item. What? Okay, floating next to it was extension cord.
This is it.
Yup, it was the extension cord.
The water was also an extension cord, half of which had been burnt away.
Did the cord get caught in the explosion?
Seems that cord has the misfortune of floating around the wrong place.
From what I saw in
I didn't even mean to skip that, my bad.
The building's extension cord supply seems to be kept inside storage closet D. So in a way, yeah, it was definitely in the wrong place.
That means it was set up there.
Storage closet D.
It was set up there.
It was hard to make out much of it in the dark. And after the power came on, Kai came screaming for us to leave our closets. But I do recall seeing some extension cords peeking out from behind a shelf.
Since we already know the killer raided one storage closet, anyone else willing to bet they raided this one too?
The hell did they need an extension cord for?
Probably something involving the generator. Its proximity to the cord.
Same thing with the red bits. Even though we don't know what they are.
The red shrapnel definitely isn't debris left by the generator, so it's a grenade, bro. They use a Simtex. So far, nothing in the boiler room can be directly tied to the shrapnel. At least, not of any clues that have already been discussed in this trial. If I were to flip my thinking to consider the clues we haven't discussed yet, there's no proof that I have in mind is related to shrapnel. But when all other options are ruled out, I can only turn towards the one that hasn't. The one thing the mysterious shrapnel might be related to. What is it related to? Let's see. Generator, Grace's testimony, odd smell. Oh yes, the odd smell, bro.
This is it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hold that thought. We may be able to identify the shrapnel using context clues. During the investigation, there was a strange smell permeating the boiler room. It took me a moment to notice, but when I did, well, the best way to describe the scent would be if you mix cereal and alcohol together.
Cereal and alcohol? Talk about specific.
Tis a sign a chemical reaction was at play.
They threw a bomb, bro. It's a Molotov.
You recognize the smell?
Chemical reactions can produce some pretty pungent odors. Usually something to the tune of alcohol mixed with cereal. Or fruits, or eggs. I noticed the smell going into the investigation. But it had completely slipped my mind until...
Could it be...
Didn't mean to skip that, my bad.
The reaction was caused by the taser?
The gun never touched the water. There's no reason for it to be the source of the smell.
Facts.
What about the generator?
Considering the state of it, that generator would smell more burnt than anything else.
If the chemical reaction can't be explained by what we already know, like the generator or the taser gun, we need to consider the possibility that the explanation is the one piece of evidence still evading us, the shrapnel.
Can someone translate this into...
That's what I'm saying, bro, because I'm not... I look, you know?
It was just a long-winded way of saying he's using process of elimination.
I know it sounds like a stretch, but if you follow this line of reasoning, a lot more questions start getting answered.
Yeah, start answering them questions, bro. I'm getting sleepy.
If the smell and shrapnel are linked, then whatever object the shrapnel belongs to must contain chemicals.
So we're looking for a metal object, which is also packed with chemicals?
Surely something like that would be kept inside the pharmacy.
Looking at my notes, when we originally visited the pharmacy, I recorded everything I saw.
Yeah, we know. You're a walking encyclopedia, bro.
Object would have definitely caught my eye, but I don't see one written here.
Maybe it's something you can win from the pachinko machine.
But nothing chemical. Just
big old slabs of metal. Big old slabs of metal. Why does that sound familiar? Hold on, that's right. What Ingrid just said right now, similar to what she said the night everyone was bunking together. I guess it would explain my room too. It was literally all sorts of fancy tools and metals. All at the time, people were talking about their dorm rooms being themed around their talents. Could it be? Could it be shrapnel actually? Could the shrapnel actually be the remnants of a unique device that guy boasted about having in his room? I want to know for sure is to put you on the spot. Huh? Oh my gosh. Jet. There's no way it's Jet. We're gonna try. There's no way. There's no way. Oh my gosh. Jet?
I need to ask you something.
What's up?
Can you tell me what's inside your dorm room?
Like, a full-on list?
Whatever works.
Sure thing. I got a pretty gnarly collection of parts and accessories. Blind spot mirrors, lithium batteries, wheels, spare brakes, you name it.
There's no way. There's no way.
Mantle from the 1984's Grand Prix winning speedster.
That's what I was hoping to hear.
Cool. So, why'd you want to know? Unless... Wait, I'm not being suspected, am I? No. Don't try to rope me into this, bro. I've got nothing to do with the murder.
Nah, bro.
Don't. You have an alibi.
Okay, so he got an alibi. Somebody could have stole it.
The only reason I ask is because that mysterious red shrapnel may be the remnants of one of your lithium batteries.
What?
I see. A lithium battery might explain
the smell and the power of the explosion.
And lithium, that's an explosive substance.
Uh-huh.
If it made contact with water, gosh, you'd be left with a mess and a half.
Wouldn't someone have heard an explosion though?
I did.
Really?
During the tournament. Right before we lost power.
Oi, that's right. That was
Yeah, everybody heard it, bro, because you're basically right above the boiler room, right?
I remember hearing it too.
Not right above, but like you can hear it from the vent.
Generator made the noise somehow. But if Jet's car batteries contain an explosive substance...
Hey, Jet, were your batteries bright red at all?
Maybe?
You don't know for sure?
I never took the batteries out of their packaging. The packaging isn't red, I can tell you that, but the actual batteries? Yeah, I got nothing.
So it can't be proven beyond a reasonable doubt?
Just ask Tozu. You should be able to ask him that, right?
Well, what's the reaction time of a lithium battery?
You should be able to ask him that.
The reaction time?
When a lithium battery hits the water, how long does it take to combust? I think once we know that, we can decide whether or not the battery is relevant to the case.
A lithium battery would be an almost instantaneous reaction, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm. Lithium isn't a metal I've worked with, but it got beat into my head never to mix it with substances it doesn't like. All that electricity, the battery would have let out when it hit the water. It must have went straight into poor Wolfie.
Hey, bro.
There's warning labels on the battery for a reason.
Hey, bro.
Okay, if the reaction is instantaneous, then the battery would have entered the water only seconds before the generator exploded. That's really weird.
Is it?
According to Diana's testimony, when the explosion happened, she was still holding the taser gun. In which case, who threw the battery into the water?
Huh. Good point. We can rule out Wolfgang, since the Blackens can only be a student who kills another student.
It was only Diana and Wolfgang in the boiler room. So unless Diana herself was the one to throw the battery...
Unless, what if somebody... Nah,
the
no.
battery can't play a part in the murder.
It wouldn't be possible.
I didn't throw the battery. I promise.
The shrapnel and the generator are too close for comfort. Must be related. I'll admit that Diana throwing the battery is a possibility, but that's all a possibility. Man, what is it? I won't settle for a culprit just yet. Man, if y'all don't hurry up... This is definitely dropping as 2 parts, bro. Extension cord, taser gun.
To the case,
It got some...
Diana could have thrown it in the water.
Okay.
My arm had been cut. Lifting a battery would hurt too much.
Neo batteries are pretty lightweight, though.
The battery clearly couldn't have fallen from somewhere. So it must have been submerged another way. Perhaps something akin to what Eva described?
If that battery...
What if they used...
Why is there a taser gun?
Maybe it's a red herring.
Judging by the shrapnel, the battery would have landed in the water, a few inches from the generator.
Not the hardest shot to me.
Everybody's quickly said the battery was thrown. Could have leveraged. that person considers impossible starts sounding anything but.
No, that's wrong.
So I was on the right track. It fell from the top of the generator, but how? I'm thinking of like how it happened.
No. The battery might actually have fallen from the generator.
What makes you say that?
The shrapnel's position in front of the generator suggests there's a correlation between the two. However, it's unlikely Diana threw the battery at the generator. Not only is the boiler room difficult to see in, the generator is positioned far enough from the concrete platform that Diana, with her wounded arm, would need to stand on the platform's edge to make the shot, which would obviously put her in danger of being attacked by Wolfgang again.
Yeah. Wolfgang was really close. He could reach over to me if he wanted.
If the battery hadn't been
Okay,
thrown,
okay,
the only
okay.
other possibility is that it fell down into the water. And considering the layout of the boiler room, what else could the battery fall off of?
Except the generator.
Are you saying the battery was sitting on top of the generator?
Not on top, but maybe. What position was the battery in? Over, leaning over, teetering over. Leaning?
Imagine leaning a tablet against a shelf divider. If you remove the divider, the tablet would fall. The killer might have used a similar method to push the battery off the generator.
Is the tablet in your example a stand-in for the battery?
Well, yeah.
I see. And what object is the divider supposed to be?
That I can't answer. Okay, so that was just not the right answer. Okay. I would just say suspended over. Yeah, suspended over. But how? Is it with the cord?
Suspended over the generator.
No, because that's how they do. That's how the electricity is a thing.
Over.
The battery is suspended over something, then the presence of that item remarks the extension cord. But how? How do they get it burnt down?
The extension cord around the battery and slung the battery over the generator. If the cord and battery were tied together at the time of the generator's explosion, it would explain why half of the cord had been burned away.
The more you explain it, the more unbelievable it sounds.
What if that's
This
the
man.
point? Maybe the killer chose a crazy method because no one would believe.
That's what I'm thinking. Like,
See how weaving a cord into the mix is any more beneficial than leaving it out. If anything, the cord adds extra weight.
Which would be especially inconvenient for Diana, because her arm is bleeding.
Right. It wouldn't benefit Diana to hold the cord.
Nope.
So, what if she didn't? Something else may have been supporting the cord instead.
something like. Okay, so what else is there? What else is supporting the cord? An object. Was it the taser gun?
I got it.
Was it the taser?
Throughout this trial, we've assumed the killer held the battery in some form or another. If the battery was on its own, the killer tossed it in. If the battery was wrapped with a cord, the killer held the other end of the cord. But in the same way something else can hold the battery, can't something else also hold the cord?
Ugh, my head's starting to spin.
Are you talking about something which could keep the cord in place?
Keep the cord in place. Imagine if the cord and the battery is tied around in front of the generator, same spot.
They managed to sling.
I guess
Okay, no, that's not it. But I'm just clicking on shit. What could hide it, hold it in place?
This is it.
It was the vent.
The killer held the cord to the vent.
What vent?
The one above the generator.
There's no way.
It connects the boiler room and the dining hall.
There's a vent vent above the generator?
You should remember sunlight shining into the boiler room. That's where the vent is. The vent itself is set a bit far back into the wall. So, you probably assumed the spot was a small window or something.
If the boiler room and the dining hall are separated by one vent, does this make the wallpaper thin?
There's two vents. The boiler room vent and the dining hall vent. I was able to get a close look at the boiler room vent after Ava and I woke up, which is why I know these details.
How close is close for someone under 6 foot?
That's crazy.
Ava helped me reach the vent.
By?
Letting me sit on her shoulders.
I remember that.
Quite the visual.
I remember that.
Anyway, if the killer tied one end of the cord to the vent and the other end around the battery, they could suspend the battery over the generator.
Something like that would result in an explosion.
What do you mean?
You say the killer tied one end of the cord to the vent and the other end to the battery. However, indoor extension cords are much longer than regular cords.
I mean, I don't know, bro. It's weird.
They can be upwards of 9 or more meters in length, as opposed to the average cord's 2 meters.
Alright.
9 meters is significantly longer than the distance between the vent and the boiler room floor. If the killer wanted to tie the battery to the cord's other end, they would be tying it to something which is already submerged in water.
I see. It is an impossible setup.
Not necessarily. The killer can have a greatly reduce the length of the cord by doing that, by burning it, bro. It's burnt. Tying the cord around Wolfgang. Cutting the cord. They didn't cut it. They didn't cut it. It's burnt though. It's burnt from the explosion. It's burnt from the explosion. I mean, I guess just wrapping it around the battery.
I got it.
Yeah, okay, that's what it is.
The extension cord is pretty thin and flimsy. If the killer wanted the battery to be secure, they need to wrap a lot of cord around it. Probably to the point there wouldn't be much spare cord remaining. Which is a good thing, because this spare cord is what the battery will be suspended by. So long as the spare cord isn't too long, the battery will sit safely above the water.
So much effort.
Agreed. How do you even submerge the battery into the water under those circumstances?
That's what I'm thinking. How simple adjusting the cord's position. All the killer would need is to utilize a certain aspect of the boiler room. Yes, the vent.
This is it. Like I mentioned earlier, I gave the vent a close look after originally waking up in the boiler room. Part of my inspection included opening the vent to get a better look at the other side.
The vent can be opened?
Not all the way, but far enough for the vent to cause a domino effect if then closed. In our case, a domino effect involving the extension cord tied to it. If we assume the vent must be open for the battery to remain a safe distance above the water, we end up with a pulley system. To prevent the battery from entering the water, the vent is literally pulling the entire cord backwards.
Oh.
It's not just the killer's own measurements keeping the battery in place, but the vent itself.
Wow, so all you gotta do is remove the plug. Remove the extension cord.
Having opened one of these vents before, I can tell you how tough they are to move.
Wrapping my fingers around the gratings with, yeah, I remember that.
A lightweight battery definitely isn't heavy enough to pull one shut. It takes an actual person to close one, which is great for the killer, because it means they get to maintain full control over when the battery enters the water. If they close the vent, the cord should slide forward and submerge the battery into the water. When that happens, the boiler room water becomes electrified by the battery's components, which in turn causes electricity to pass directly into the body of Wolfgang, who is standing in the water.
Exactly which vent is the cord being tied to?
The boiler room vent.
Funny. Earlier, you said there's a small vent shaft connecting the boiler room vent to the dining hall vent. Assuming the killer is operating this trap from outside the boiler room, since we know there were only ever 2 people in that room, how would they even be able to reach the boiler room vent? Like you said, there's a separate vent in front of it.
Oh, she has a point. I believe I've been assuming the cord is tied to the boiler room vent. But I failed to consider that ventilation shaft. It becomes considerably harder to reach the boiler room vent if you have to reach down that shaft first. Not just that, I've never tested to see if the boiler room vent can even open inwards. I only got it to open outwards. But that logic, the vent opposite side of the shaft. Bro.
This could only mean one thing. The killer never tied the cord to the boiler room vent. They tied the cord to the dining hall vent.
That just creates the same problem as before, but reversed. Instead of the dining hall vent making it hard to close the boiler room vent, it's the boiler room vent making it hard to reach the dining hall vent.
While the vents may seem like an obstruction, especially since they can't be opened all the way, there's a very easy workaround. All the killer needs to do is fit the extension cord between the grates of the boiler room vent.
Oh yeah, the grates. You mentioned something about them earlier. Right. When you described opening the boiler room vent.
Wrap my fingers around the grates directly in front of me. Yeah, you can fit your fingers through them.
You can fit your fingers between the grates. There's no damn way you can't fit a cord.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. After which, you could slide the cord through the ventilation shaft and out the opposite end for the killer to then go and tie to the...
Actually...
Oh my gosh, Ulysses. This is the last one I'm doing, bro.
Hello?
What is it now?
There's something I still don't understand about your theory. It's to do with the logistics of the cord.
The logistics?
Its size.
We're back to discussing this again, never mind. Yeah, bro. I'm about to tear you up, bro.
I understand the boiler room vent can be opened. Maybe not all the way, but enough to fit an extension cord through. What's bothering me, however, is that the boiler room vent was closed during the investigation, which means it must have been closed during the murder.
Okay.
I don't see a problem here. The killer doesn't even need to open that vent, because they could simply slide the cord between the grates.
Indoor extension cords may be thin, but the plugs on either side of them aren't. How can the killer fit both those plugs between the gaps in the vent grate? Either the boiler room vent was never involved, or it was open at some point, and someone else closed it. That is my issue.
His argument might have made sense if it weren't for one fatal flaw.
Indoor extension cords may be thin, but the plugs on either side of them aren't.
Oh my
How can
gosh.
the killer fit both those plugs between the gaps in the vent grate? Either the boiler room vent was never involved, or it was open at some point, and someone else closed it. That is my issue.
Okay, there's the blackout.
Indoor extension cords may be
Okay.
thin, but the plugs on either side of them aren't.
I agree with that.
How can the killer fit both those plugs between the gaps in the vent grate? Either the boiler room vent was never involved, or it was open at some point, and someone else closed it. That is my issue.
Okay. His argument might have made sense if it weren't for one fatal flaw.
Indoor extension cords
Okay, we're
may
gonna
be
just try
thin,
this.
But the plugs on either side of them are.
Yeah, okay, well, let's just do that. I agree with this at first, but, you know, I guess it is what it is, bro.
The cord through the boiler room vent first. It's possible to fit the cord through. You just need to start with the internal plug. The cords in storage closet D have a slim internal end. This can easily be slid through the gaps in the vent. Once the killer ties the cord around the dining hall vent, presumably with a knot, the cord won't be at risk of sliding back out either.
I see. When put like that, whether or not the boiler room vent was closed isn't really relevant.
How'd you figure all this out from some shrapnel and an extension cord?
Bro, I would have failed this.
Crazy.
If it was me, I would have died, bro. That's all I'm saying.
What he's describing sounds plausible.
That's all I'm saying.
Since the battery was suspended over the generator, it's no surprise the machine ended up the way it did. Fortunately for Diana, she was safe by virtue of remaining on the platform. I imagine that was also the killer's intention.
The killer kept her on the platform?
They must have known they were injecting Wolfgang with a hallucinogenic. So, it's possible they hoped his behavior would scare Diana off from entering the water. Although, even if Diana did die, the moment people realized only she and Wolfgang entered the boiler room, they probably call the whole thing a murder gone wrong.
Well, all of this certainly changes things.
Huh?
If the killer is someone who needed access to the vent and needed to be operating from the dining hall,
it was everybody in the game room.
Everyone who attended the tournament.
Suspect.
What?
No way!
One of the tournament attendees is the killer. Damn it, how did I not realize sooner? The fact that the killer could have accessed the main vent. Oh yeah, yep.
Reduce it down to 8 people. Damon, Kai, Grace, Eva, Cassidy, Jed, Mark, and John.
It was probably Cassidy. She set the whole thing up.
Hey, I was only trying to improve the mood.
It wasn't me. I was playing a game with Damon when the lights went out.
That is true.
I had to play music.
Me too.
You never touched my equipment.
I meant I was watching Kai and Damon play.
I was spectating as well.
Me too.
Me 3. And Cass 2, I think. I was too focused on the game to remember who was or wasn't there.
If everyone's telling the truth.
Oh, man.
8 of y'all were crowded round the same spot?
Near the right wall where the TV was set up. It's also the furthest wall from the vent.
Seems like someone is lying again.
A tournament participant who flipped the event. Could news that person is by determine everyone's position directly before the blackout. Problem is, I myself had been totally preoccupied with the game. I never got a good look at actual people around me. Never got a good look. Wait, is that it? While I never got a good look at the others, I can still deduce their general positions even if they were near me. Whether or not I heard them, think, Damon, think. Put it out here in the back. It was you. The only person I never heard was you. I was playing with Kai. Grace was right there. I remember that. I don't remember anything from Mark, but he was playing music. Cassidy was right behind us. I don't remember anything from Jet or Ava. John was there too because I remember seeing him. Was it Ava? Wow.
It has to be you.
Wow.
The killer is Ava. Ava's the only one whose position I can't account for. Mark was mixing a track at the time Kai and I were playing a game, so I know he must have been stationed at his pad. And everyone else?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Their voices over the sound of the game.
Yep.
Everyone.
Except Ava.
In fact, the last I saw her, she was standing in the corner of the room.
Supposedly playing her game, bro.
So Ava flipped the vent?
Oh man! And the reason no one heard it is because the music was too loud!
Don't blame me. I was just doing what I was told.
Wow.
Blaming you? We're all in on you.
Care to contribute anything, Eva?
I didn't flip the vent.
Well, Damon says you did.
Wow.
Damon says a lot of things.
technically wrong, I don't think that counts as an argument.
His theory is full of plot holes. He just refuses to point them out.
What?
The cord.
What?
In retrospect, you were so quick to accuse me that you overlooked a huge problem with the cord. If I'm the killer, how did I dispose of it?
Trick question. You left the cord tied to the vent.
What then? It unraveled.
It was
by itself
dark.
And fell into the water?
It was dark.
Yeah, you got me there.
How'd they ever get rid of the cord? I'm sure it's possible if she knew how to untie it at the right time. I'm guessing she untied it. It was, yeah, during the blackout.
I got it. To dispose of the cord, you just untied it during the blackout.
She untied the knot during a blackout?
Being the one who set up the trap, Ava could have easily practiced untying the knot in advance. Or she just made it a really simple knot. Either way, it wouldn't be any more difficult than untying your shoelaces with your eyes closed.
If Ava untied the cord,
man,
would it also fall into the water?
Diana's testimony says as much.
It does?
During your confrontation with Wolfgang, you recounted hearing certain sounds.
I'm not like you, I'll never be like you. Won't give up. All of a sudden it turned white. And then she heard some noises, yup.
The first sound was obviously the battery exploding. And the second, when you first recounted the story, you said it was a sound of the knife hitting the water. But why would a thin knife make such a big splash?
It was the cord, bro.
Do you think...
What really caused that sound?
It was the cord, bro.
Extension cord falling into the water.
When you say it that way, it does seem likely.
But why would it? He was on Ava's ass. I said that, bro.
I should have known.
He kept talking.
And tried to lie about the Tozy trinkets. I should have known.
And we know how like delicate she is about feeling about herself, you know?
Sadaka would kill Wolfgang!
You're right that Eva's lied to us several times already.
But she's just a mathlete. How did someone like her come up with something this complicated?
She's a mathlete, bro. She calculated.
What give her the upper hand in all that measurement nonsense?
That's what I'm saying.
The sheer volume of items Eva had to steal. She's been under heavy suspicion these past few days. How did she sneak into Jet and Desmond's rooms without being noticed?
It's impossible. Wolfgang even got mad at me for being late to the dining hall by a few minutes. I've been watched the entire time I've been here.
Right on. No one steals from me.
They already did.
And anyway, how could I enter the cord through the boiler room vent when I can't even reach the top of the generator? If anything, you should be suspicious of the taller students.
I understand why people are doubtful, but I can't let the conversation continue like this. Ava did, in fact, have a way to reach the vent. It had to have been the boxes, right? That's the only thing I can think.
Ava grabbed one of the boxes on the concrete platform.
That's setting myself up. Removing a box would reduce the amounts of boxes on the platform from 3 to 2.
Flexing your mathematical prowess, I see.
I'm saying Damon would have noticed if a box was missing.
So that wasn't...
Never noticed anything because there were just a...
Okay, okay.
Move the box back after using it.
Then the underside of the box would be wet, which it wasn't.
This I can confirm.
Okay, so I was wrong about that. Then what is it? Is it this?
This is it.
What is that? I don't understand what that is, bro.
Ava, to reach the top of the generator, you simply stood on one of the boxes in the boiler room. There's already a huge pile of them near the generator itself. You could easily push one up against the machine.
Ah, she would have known about those boxes in advance, too.
That is true.
Okay, I could have used the boxes to reach the top of the generator, and I could have fit the cord through both vents if I inserted the right plug. I can do both of those things without attracting suspicion. What I can't do without attracting suspicion is opening the vent.
Which vent are we talking about?
The dining hall one. Based on what Damon's saying, it needs to be opened for the killer's trap to work. But opening it during the tournament is asking to be caught, and opening it before the tournament is useless because Jet, Cassidy, and Mark would see it while setting up.
Oh. Oh yeah, you're right. If there was an open vent with a cord tied to it, I would have noticed for sure.
Now that Eva mentions it, I'm pretty sure the vent was closed during setup.
The vent was closed.
There's no way I can execute this.
Oh my gosh, Ava.
It's a stupid trap anyway. All the cord and vent stuff is too complicated. There's a billion ways it could go wrong.
So what do you...
Making stuff up. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
What the? That's bull.
Can it, you four-eyed troll? You can't talk your way out of this one.
That's what I'm saying.
The only person who'd be sick-minded enough to kill Wolfgang is you and only you. Don't you fucking try and tell me otherwise.
Hey, nah, she heated, bro. Oh, she's heated. Oh, she's heated. Oh my god, so we got the shrapnel, generator, storage closets.
Seems to be pretty good evidence to me.
Game tournament time, extension cord.
The snake you are, and you despised him because of it. You have a motive.
Perhaps our understanding of the mechanism is wrong. Maybe it wasn't closing the vent that triggered it, but something else?
Do you have any evidence to prove that?
Even if this trap was used, you can't guarantee it operated the way Damon described.
How so?
Well, the battery could have been tied to the extension cord with a special knot which can untie by itself after a bit of time passes.
There's even less evidence for that.
Evidence? No one here cares about evidence. I just happened to be at the game tournament, and now you're saying I'm a killer.
Never mind what was said before. Focus on the facts. I just need to focus.
I just
There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, I was right about that. I was right about that.
No. It's no coincidence you were at the game tournament. In fact, it's not even a coincidence the tournament took place during the murder.
What do you mean?
It was impossible for me to notice this earlier. But the killer timed the tournament so it would grant them an alibi for the murder.
Whoa. Are you accusing me of murder again? I thought you said Ava was the culprit.
The detective isn't supposed to switch suspects in the last stretch like this. You're totally throwing the audience for a loop, and not in a good way.
Except neither of you played a role in determining what time the tournament would be held. The only person to determine that was Ava.
You did said Ava recommended it. She said she recommended it. When I was training my talent, studying at 9 a.m. Yup. I think it would affect. Yup. 9 a.m. tourney, huh? Wouldn't be the first time. Wow.
She would be in the dining hall tomorrow. So when Cassidy announced the tournament, she realized it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to create an alibi for herself.
That's insane. How could she have come up with something like that on
That
the
is
spot?
crazy. That is crazy.
For an alibi either. Since Ava knew about the tournament, she could time the setup of her trap accordingly.
So to answer the question, neither Jed and Mark could notice the open vent. But I think back, Cassidy told me earlier today, they were switching stuff around. After breakfast, after stacking the furniture. After stacking up the furniture, yeah. And it blocked her.
Cassidy, you told me Ava approached you yesterday and asked to help set up the tournament. What exactly did she say?
When did I tell you this again?
Before the tournament?
Oh, now I remember. Yeah, Eva wanted to see what sort of equipment the tournament needed. After I showed her Mark's stuff and told her we were redecorating the dining hall, she offered to help.
Back when this conversation happened, you still hadn't decided what time you were going to start redecorating, right?
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. Eva really helped me out, though. She said she would stack the dining hall furniture we weren't going to use later that night. Afterwards, we could focus purely on arranging the technical stuff in the morning.
All right. Then tell me what happened last night.
Jet, Mark, Eva, and I came to the dining hall at around 8:40 p.m. probably. We stacked the table and the dining chairs against the left wall, and the sofas we moved to the middle of the room, maybe a little more to the right. Then we all went back to our dorms. Well, I was kind of hungry, so I stayed back a few minutes before leaving.
Hold the phone. If those sofa chairs were moved to the middle of the room, Why'd I see one over in the corner this morning? Eva, what?
She didn't want to take part in the tournament. Just watch it from the side.
She used that couch to block herself, bro.
I thought it was weird or anything. Some people just like sticking to the walls of rooms, you know?
We're talking about the sofa in the upper left corner, aye? The one next to the coffee table.
Yes, sir, Eva.
Yo, when the power went out, I'm pretty sure Damon ran over to that corner to look through. Yeah, a vent.
Did she move the chair there so it would be easier to reach the vent later?
Why would I when Cassidy just said the vent was closed during setup?
Because you were covering for yourself in advance.
Uh-huh.
The vent may not have been open at the time, but I'm willing to bet that's because you were still creating your trap.
In what way?
Let's say Ava took a detour for the boiler room first, and slid the internal plug through both vents. After going upstairs and helping rearrange the dining hall furniture, during which she moves a sofa chair so it obscures the vent, she heads outside and hides until everyone else goes to bed. Then, she walks back in and opens the vent.
So Eva took complete advantage of them?
Not my fault those two are so trusting.
You think a big guy like me was gonna be afraid of some athlete?
Wow, bro. Wow, bro.
I mean, she did lie about a lot of important things. Her talent being one of them.
She also cried and fled the scene after we found out.
I just thought it was cool. She wanted to help me out.
Hey, can we backtrack a little?
Why?
It's to do with the chair's position.
Chair.
You guys keep saying it was in front of the vent, but Damon stood in front of the vent during the blackout. If the chair was in the position you all say it was, it should have blocked him from crouching in front of the vent.
Ava probably just moved it during the blackout. Before the blackout, it was positioned with its back to the left wall. However, when I ran over to the vent, the chair was suddenly pushed up against the northern wall, out of the vent's range.
Man, it's like, bro, this is making my head hurt.
Panicking from the blackout. I'm guessing she hoped people would misremember its position and think it was always along the northern wall.
Oh, man! So I totally fell for it?
I also remember seeing a speaker in that corner.
Yeah, about that. This morning, Jet, Mark, and I arrived at the dining hall a little after 8 a.m. Then Eva came a few minutes late. She helped us put together Mark's equipment, and then she volunteered to play speakers.
I'm skipping a little bit of this. I'm sorry, y'all.
Moving a speaker near the vent. Did Eva do that to drown out Diana and Wolfgang's scuffle?
Oh.
And in turn exacerbate the effects of the other speakers. There were almost a dozen spread throughout the dining hall. Some even sandwiched into corners they didn't need to be. Eva probably placed them that way to cover as much ground as possible.
Still, Eva entered the dining hall at 8:10 a.m., right? So, wouldn't it be impossible for her to knock out Lawyer Man at 8:15?
According to Eva, she arrived around 8:10 a.m. But it's possible she actually arrived much later. Since there's no clock in the dining hall, he just couldn't have known.
That is true. That is true.
That might be why Ava seemed so eager to arrange Mark's equipment in the morning. Upon realizing it had a clock, she wanted to ensure it would only be powered on after she arrived.
It seems the setup of this trap occurred across 3 phases. Phase 1 took place in the boiler room and involved tying a lithium battery to an extension cord. The cord was then slid through the grates of the closed boiler room vent, presumably until it almost poked out the other end of the ventilation shaft. Phase 2, by contrast, was carried out in the dining hall. The aforementioned cord was tied around the dining hall vent, which was then left open. This must have happened after Cassidy, Mark, and Jet were already done redecorating. For the third and final phase, the battery was carefully suspended over the generator. All these steps combined created a pulley system, which could only be triggered by closing the dining hall vent. Is there anything I'm missing?
How I closed the vent.
Huh?
No one has explained how I closed the dining hall vent. Obviously, I didn't do it during the blackout. According to Damon, the blackout can only happen after the vent is closed. So, I must have stood up, gone behind the chair, and closed the vent during the tournament.
No one saw you.
Stupid. Someone is definitely going to notice that sort of conspicuous movement.
No, everybody was locked in on the game.
Matter if that someone is on the
No. Eva's right, standing up would look really suspicious, which is exactly why she used that to circumvent her problem. Is it the chair? She went to go sit in that chair.
The location of your chair bypasses this problem entirely. Today's event, all you need to do is set the chair to recline and reach behind you.
Set the chair to recline?
All the dining hall chairs have the ability to recline. Some were already set to that position at the start of the tournament. With her chair in recline, Ava can easily reach down and close the vent. It's not perfectly inconspicuous, but it's subtle enough to not catch most people's attention, especially those focused on watching a video game competition.
Wow. She really set all this up like that? Like,
This isn't funny.
I'm locked, bro.
Just because I was sitting in front of the vent doesn't mean I was the one who triggered the mechanism.
No one can sneak up behind you without drawing attention, especially when all the lights were still on.
That's just dumb. Where I was sitting shouldn't make me a murderer.
Even so, with everything we've spoken about...
Everything? Did you already forget what was said earlier? Just look at all the items I would need to set up this murder. The battery, the extension cord, the rolling pin, the taser, the syringe, and the supposed drug used with it. How could I have collected all of those things? Wolfgang and everyone else hated me because I lied about my talent. They were on their guard whenever I was around. You think Jet and Desmond would just let me walk into their rooms and take their stuff?
I mean, they are, you know, they goofy, bro. So.
That's true. We still haven't explained how she robbed 2 people's rooms without being caught.
Unless you can prove I had the chance to get all this stuff, you can't make me out to be the killer.
Fine. I'll show proof. Only you could obtain the items necessary for this murder.
Oh, what's the proof? What's the proof? What is the proof, bro? I need to know. Ava had my blackmail. Ava had Desmond's blackmail. Oh, yeah. She's the only one who knew.
I got it.
She's the only one who knew he had weapons.
Ava, you were well aware of the existence of those items. For starters, everyone heard about Jet's battery. It was common knowledge due to his boasting.
Wait, so it's all my fault?
Since the dorms aren't locked, you could have easily snuck in and grabbed the battery while no one was inside. The battery is lightweight too, so you wouldn't have trouble carrying it. For the rest of your plan, the syringe and drugs are both readily available in the pharmacy. And as for the taser, you may not have known about its existence right away, but you still had every incentive to search Desmond's room because you received his blackmail.
Eva? You knew my blackmail this whole time and never said anything?
Ah.
Huh?
So what if I knew? I wasn't the only one. Damon knew your blackmail as well.
Oh, yeah. He read it out loud to everyone earlier, didn't he?
Damon knew almost everything I did. He knew where the items used in this murder were stored. He knew the layout of the boiler room and the storage closets. He knew all sorts of things.
Yeah, but I wasn't sitting next to the vent, Goofy.
He didn't know.
I wasn't sitting next to the vent, Goofy.
In any piece of physical evidence.
What the hell are you talking about?
See, you still don't know. You still don't know that we never saw eye to eye.
Huh?
Eye to eye... on the not killing each other stuff?
On Wolfgang. Damon saw the way Wolfgang scolded me and treated me like a bad guy, and he thought I hated him the same way he did. But unlike Damon, I never wanted Wolfgang to die.
What the?
Whoa! That's a little...
Oh, so she trying to spin it. She trying to spin it. She's trying to spin it.
If you thought you saw the worst of Damon after the dummy trial, you underestimate just how low he can stoop. I practically risked my life pretending to be his ally. But in return, he let me see the extent of his...
What are you talking about?
That's why I can tell everyone that Damon has Wolfgang's blackmail.
Oh, gosh.
Oh my gosh, bro. Ava, you...
Reason you didn't tell us this earlier?
Well, I didn't think it was incriminating at first.
Not even when he refused to come forward about it?
Yeah, what, Noah?
It was weird, but I didn't want to make accusations at the time because it could have just been his ego talking.
You know I didn't do it. Oh, yeah, it's fuck you, bro. It's fuck you, bro.
I realized I had
You was cool at first, but or whatever, bro. You was cool at first, but nah, we're done. We're done.
Don't worry about reading it out loud or anything. Just show the image. That's all you gotta do.
Did Ava really never trust me? Why then did she disclose so much to me? Why did she tell me? It's because I trust you. She was capping, bro. She was capping. No, this can't be a forefront in my mind right now. I'm like, cusp of bringing this case to a close. What she thinks about me doesn't matter, bro. It don't matter, bro. Get this beat out my face! I don't care! Damn it. This entire time I've been judging others and trusting how trusting they are. I've only followed the words of a stranger. And now everyone here, they're gonna hold this blackmail crap against me. Even so, what choice do I have? No one will let this discussion continue unless I'll tell the truth.
Fine. I'll show it, but only the picture. As requested.
With those words, I retrieved the envelope from my pocket. And pulled out the photo.
He's married.
Ingrid, Wolfgang doesn't have blue eyes.
So, who is this then? His parents?
I mean, why else would the guy look like him?
Given the year this photo was taken, these two people must be his parents.
Uh-huh.
Look at what's printed at the bottom. April 17th, 2001. We know how old Wolfgang is because of the student reports. In 2001, he wasn't even born yet.
And that's not a motive.
But why his parents? Are they being held against?
That's not even a motive.
You can't leave us hanging, Damo. You gotta read out what it says.
That's not even a good, like...
That's not what was asked of me. And even if I had to, I don't think someone who can't explain himself should have his secrets revealed to everyone.
Some things are better left unsaid.
For the record, I know what Wolfgang's blackmail says, but it didn't change my outlook on him. I don't think it's possible for anyone to hate someone like Wolfgang. He was always brave in the face of sheer adversity, and encouraged everyone else to act likewise. Wolfgang challenged me to be a better person. Wolfgang challenged all of us to be better people. Ava simply couldn't rise to his challenge.
Listen to him. He's trying to divert everyone from the truth.
Hey, I'm the top debater, bro. You can't go against me.
Wolfgang and I didn't always see eye to eye. My respect for him and his talent never wavered. Why would someone like me harm him? Me, who's been leading this trial much the same way he led the one before. I may have questioned the idea no one here would kill, but that doesn't make me someone who wants to see bloodshed.
He does. He does want bloodshed.
How do you know
We
that?
have all the proof he's a cold-blooded killer. Wolfgang's blackmail, which he lied about having.
That's not proof, goofball.
But wasn't Damon playing?
Nothing he says should be trusted. Nothing
He
says
was
about
playing
me
the game.
or anything else.
It is odd that we place faith in a man who does not have faith in us.
He was playing the game.
So much so, these discussions are mostly led by his own conjecture.
Damon isn't the killer, though. Why would he try to mislead anyone? Like, he and I were playing a game when the murder happened, and multiple people
can vouch.
Not to mention, the things he's been saying make a lot of sense.
That's what I'm saying.
No personal
That's what
life.
I'm saying.
If he wasn't here,
That's what
we'd
I'm
arrive
saying.
at the same conclusion anyway.
Oh, God, bro. Whatever, bro. Ava, bro, shut up.
Then
Shut up.
You all still think
Shut
I'm the
up.
killer?
Yes.
Someone
Yes.
needs to be voted by the end of this.
Don't just say it like that.
Look at you, mad as shit.
How would I know? How would I know when to drop it?
Drop what?
The battery! Damon says the killer dropped the battery when Diana was already in the boiler room. But how would I know when Diana was in the boiler room? It's not as if I could listen out for her. The music speakers are too loud.
You got the timer on the DJ equipment, goofy.
The dining hall has no clocks. So
Man.
Only Mark's
Yup,
DJ
that's how.
had a clock.
Maybe Ava asked Mark for the time.
She never spoke to me.
we never spoke. I never even got up from my chair. Besides, how could I be sure Diana arrived on time anyway? If you can't explain how I knew when to drop the battery, then shut up and stop accusing me!
Does a Tozu trinket have a clock on it? Does a Tozu trinket have a clock on it? Then I don't want to hear it. She make a decent point? No, she ain't got no decent point. Come on, think. If I just take it from the top, well, yup. And she's the ultimate mathlete. She can count in her head, bro. She saw her enter. I don't know how she saw her enter, but she saw her enter. She saw her enter.
The only way the killer would have known when to spring their trap was by seeing Diana enter the room. Any uncertainty would ruin the plan, and the dining hall was too loud to hear anything over.
So where does she watch Diana from? Two possible locations. Obviously from the vent and like the camera, right?
Trying to look into the boiler.
Yeah. So only place I could think is the camera. I don't know how she got into the camera.
This is it.
How does she get into the camera?
It's impossible to see anything from the vent, which means the only way anyone could see into the room was by using the school camera.
Say what?
I don't understand how, but Ava must have used the camera.
Is she working with the kidnappers?
Are you kidding me? How the hell would I have access to the camera?
In order to actually see what was happening to the security cameras, how it naturally I would have to be some sort of screen. A screen, huh? Thinking back to various clues we discussed, I can't pinpoint anything which would provide an answer to this question. Huh, feels like deja vu, doesn't it? When all the options are ruled out, I can only turn to the one that still remains. The one thing we've yet to discuss. Ava, it's time to bring it into what you started. For better or for worse, this won't be your final lie. What hell, it's time for our final piece of this puzzle. Argument altercation. Alright, argument altercation. Is this a bullet hell?
I just wanted to help. I just wanted to help.
What are the...
I didn't see anything.
Okay. Wow! This game got a bullet hell is crazy.
It's Damon who's suspicious. This isn't fair. Why would I kill anyone?
Oh, my goofy butt.
It's Damon who's out.
Yup.
Why would I kill anyone? Why would I kill any? I didn't see anything. Who cares about the camera? There's no proof I killed Wolf. Who cares about the camera?
What's up?
You trusted me.
I thought you trusted me.
Why would I kill anyone?
Oh!
This isn't fair.
Oh!
I didn't see anything.
Oh!
Damon who's suspicious. Who cares about the
Oh! Nah, this is fun though. This is fun though. I missed. It's okay. I'm doing. Oh. Okay. I gotta. Oh, yep. Okay. It's cool. We got this. Keep blasting. I care about the camera. Hey. Shooting bullets every day, shooting bullets every way. Yeah, we gonna take you off the map like Fortnite, take you off the map. Yeah, that's my time. But I'm saying I don't even know I like to rhyme. I just missed my bullet. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna get it back. I'm gonna hit it. Bro, yeah, I can't dodge any of these. I cannot dodge any of these. Dang, girl! Got your goofy butt. Okay. Weave. Okay. Got her.
How could I access the security camera?
Personal game Oh, Ava's personal game console. That's what it is. Okay. Ava's personal game console. Yes, sir.
No.
She had the game console, bro.
What you said was true, Ava. Whether or not the trap works depends on if the killer can see inside the boiler room. Which begs the question, how does the killer see inside? They can't just get on their knees and peek through the vent. Everyone in the dining hall would notice. Besides, the vent probably offers very little in the way of an actual view of the room.
Exactly! It's impossible!
Right. It's impossible. From this particular angle, if I switch perspectives, your entire argument comes completely undone.
What do you mean?
Ava assumes I'm taking only one factor into account. Her position at the time of Wolfgang's murder. Little does she know that in ruling out that factor, she's led me straight to another. A certain item which could have granted her the ability to see inside the boiler room. An item that, like the chemical smell, only makes sense when all other options have been ruled out. The game console she brought with her to the tournament.
Yes, sir.
Ava had a game console?
She wanted to get in the spirit of the tournament without being directly involved. Or so she claimed. But when every other option has been ruled out, what else can we look to but the one that's yet to be addressed?
Are you saying she saw inside the boiler room using the console?
Maybe if it was never a console to begin with.
Sounds like a stretch.
If I'm wrong, Ava should be able to prove her innocence.
Uh-huh.
Go on, Ava. Show us the console.
Huh?
I don't think she has the console on her, dude.
She has to. She never had an opportunity to slink away and dispose of it.
Oh.
What about the blackout?
When the blackout first hit, people were disorientated for about a minute at most. Ava likely spent those 60 seconds undoing the cord and moving the chair. Between then and now, she's never been alone. The only exception was when she and I split up to investigate the dining hall and the dorms respectively. However, the laundry room, dining hall, and courtyard all had people in them.
And the janitor closet? That room has been locked for days now. She obviously couldn't hide the console there.
Which means it must still be on her person. Like I said
I mean,
earlier,
she could have slid it into somebody's room, but you know.
You can take it out right now and show everyone its contents.
What are you waiting for? Quit hiding the stupid thing and show it!
You're just trying to make me look bad. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just jealous of me. You're jealous of me and my talent. That's all you are. Jealous.
Why would I be jealous of you, bro? What are you talking about?
Hey, calm down.
Why not just pull out the console?
Yes, show us the console and then you'll be done with this.
No! I don't have to show anyone anything.
That's the most suspicious thing.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not suspicious. I'm telling the truth.
That's obviously a lie.
Why go through the effort of mentioning Wolfgang's blackmail if you won't reveal this?
Now that I think back on it, Ava had been staring at her console the entire tournament.
The entire
That
time.
was weird. Coming all the way over to the dining hall when she could have just stayed in her dorm.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, where did she obtain the
She
console?
said from the pachinko.
We should discuss those details before continuing anymore with it. She said she won it from Tozu's gotcha.
Uh-huh.
Seems natural he would stock that machine with dangerous items.
Between 14 impossible culprits and one possible killer, there's no need to sort out the facts further.
Ava, you're the only one we can vote for.
Yep, that's the only one. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not even gonna let you finish the sentence.
Sure. If no one else can be suspected.
In case anyone still doubts Ava is the killer, I'll go through the case one last time. And once
Yep.
all the pieces are laid out for everyone.
Yep, let's go ahead and do this. You already know how we do this, bro. You already know how we do these. I like to skip and just give a real quick summary. What happened first, they got the notes. Boom, you know what I mean? The little shits. She wrote the note. Hey, come downstairs at this time. We playing Super Smash Bros, bro. You know, we got the whole thing going on. She said, let's do it at 9. All right, bet. Said, let's. We are doing the thing at 9, bro. She went downstairs, set up the trap with the bomb. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love these little animations, too. Set that all up. Boom, boom, boom. Then for the next day, he was like, hey, bro, somebody might be lurking down there. Let me grab a knife. I bet. Lied to Toshiko, went down and get smacked up and injected with a drug. Yup. Then she grabbed the taser. You know what I mean? Grabbed the taser, he got his thing. Blasting the music at 9:35. Put the taser on the floor. She was like, hey, bro, went down here. He all drugged up, looking like a crack fiend. He looked like a crack fiend, start slashing at her. She got the blick on him. Look at that. She got the blick on him. All right, right. Then she dropped a little bomb. Boom. Boom. Yes, sir. I'm going to let that play. Ooh. We got to watch this. Yeah, he was done for.
Who was still standing in the water.
Instantly.
Instantly.
Instantly. It went all black.
Right under my nose. No one could have guessed that someone present at the tournament was committing murder.
Yes, sir. So while we were all searching, she got slashed and she was hiding. She didn't want to get blamed for it. We walked in, power came back on, brother was gone. Brother was gone. Only person it could be is Toshiko. I mean, I said Toshiko. Oh my gosh, Ava, bro. Ava, bro. It's you.
It's over. Ava.
We know the truth. We know the truth. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wonderful, brilliant, spectacular. You have seen beyond the foul lies of the concerned mathematician and delivered an honorable truth with a bomb or whatever. This is worthy of praise. Allow me to reward your success with. Can you shut up? Without Toast's mad ramblings, the trial room had gone completely silent. Everyone was either staring at the floor or sneaking nervous glances at each other. I understand the reason for this frosty atmosphere. You found it. You found who done it. Low Monocoma.
Such a spoil sport.
Now, very well. Every murder mystery needs a motive, and I would be loath to break tradition at this stage.
There must be.
Ava, why did you do this? Just why?
Come on.
Come on, speak up. You have nothing to lose now. It was Tozu, huh? Tozu made me do it. What? You've been working with Tozu this entire time?
Such disrespect.
Me and her? Oh, please. If her plan was to secretly infiltrate the killing game, she wouldn't have given herself such an attention-grabbing ultimate title. I mean, seriously, ultimate liar? Talk about on the nose. No, Ava's just as much of a kidnappee as the rest of you.
Son of a bitch!
Shut up. You let her get away with breaking the rules. That's proof enough you're in cahoots.
Holy.
Huh? Ava broke the rules? Yeah, when she blew up the school property. Why was she punished? Oh, wow. Why? That is true. Is Ava the exception that rule is talking about? What? Desmond tapped the screen of his trinket and conjured a familiar... Okay, what is it? With a few swipes of his fingers, he looked at the killing game's rules. Okay, yeah, everyone that... look at the second rule. Okay. What's the second rule? Students are not allowed to vandalize any official killing game property, such as cameras, soldier trinkets. Exceptions may apply. Do you see how it says exceptions may apply at the end? Since Ava wasn't punished for breaking the generator, could that mean she counts as an exception? I guess he don't care as long as you killing somebody. Are you gonna explain how? Are you trying to be whatever, bro? Well, if I had to make a guess, it's probably because Ava destroyed the generator while committing a murder. Huh? Are you saying Ava has special privileges? I think it's more like her method of murder was what destroyed the generator, meaning the generator is technically tied to Wolfgang's death. Yeah, which is exactly why Ava excused for breaking it. Yo, that can't actually be the reason, can it?
Nice.
And if it were? What? I see. Ava believes she would count as an exception to the rule, which is why she didn't take any step to avoid destroying the generator. What? She risked getting shot in the head over something she just assumed? Nah, with how confidently Ava executed the murder, she must have known for sure. How about it, Tozu? Did you ever have share information with her?
Me?
A desperate killer is much like a hungry seagull, ready to pounce. What? Manipulation of the loophole ignites their senses. Okay, whatever, bro. So to answer your question, yes, Ava approached me with the same questions your friends are asking now. And yes, I confirmed her suspicions were true. So she met with him. I mean, I did the same thing. Have you never asked the professor for help on an assignment? But they'll happily clear up any confusion you might have. Then, why did Ava say you made her cool Wolfgang? I suppose you could say Ava and I made a deal. A deal? What kind of deal? A deal to begin the killing game. Impossible! Huh? In exchange for agreeing to perform the first kill, she receive a special perk. The traitor perk.
Holy.
What do you mean, a traitor perk? Is it the tablet Ava has? I mean, she refused to show it to us when we asked. Mind you that the host cannot simply hand over a traitor perk to anyone who asks. For a student to be eligible for the traitor perk, they first must earn it. What do you mean by earn it? Do you recall a little tidbit I shared with you? You know, the one about secret lurking inside? Very interesting secret lurking beyond his door. That secret is what you're referring to a traitor perk. Indeed, I was. When I said a very interesting secret was lurking inside, I meant quite literally. The only thing separating from the perk was a few inches of stainless steel and a pin pad. Yeah, because we couldn't get into that. Yes, I remember that. How did Ava figure out the password to the pin pad, though? Did she enter a bunch of random numbers until it, like, finally opened? A 4-digit code would have had thousands of potential combinations. Once Ava encountered unbelievable luck and chances are guessing code in only a few days. Then how did she get access to the traitor perk? The 4 numbers on the unlock the pin pad. How did Ava figure them out? There's only one way. It has to do with the poster, isn't it? Mysterious poster in the pharmacy. Yeah, what poster are you talking about? Yeah, I forgot about that poster, bro. No. Yes, sir. How can a person reveal the code, though? I don't know. I don't know how that could have showed the code, bro. And that's where it fell short of your mathematically gifted peer. With her keen eyesight and quick thinking, she saw the poster for what it really was. An equation. What? Every detail is deceitful. Those exclamations of grandeur may in fact hint towards a certain something's nature. So, I don't know, I'm confused, bro. Not that it matters anymore. The passcode precious pen pad is, after all, being changed as we speak. To note the words of parents, I don't know what this dude's talking about, bro. No way, a math equation is totally up Ava's alley. Ava, you told me you couldn't understand the poster. Of course you did. The equation is the key to the traitor perk. Handing it over would mean handing over the perk over. I can't read, bro. So the traitor perk was Ava's reward for solving the puzzle. The heck even is the perk? You still haven't explained that.
Me?
I assure you, it is a very handy thing to have. You see, this traitor perk allows the owner to access the school cameras using a tablet. The tablet, of course, being an Ava's person's right now. What?
Damn it.
So I was right. You accessed the camera in the boiler room, which was how you saw Diana enter. I thought it was weird Ava wouldn't show us the tablet. Yeah, nah. Then the reason I saw the security camera light blinking back in a boiler room is because Ava was watching me. This is making too much sense. Ava, how could you negotiate with your kidnapper? I had no choice. I either take his deal and give myself a chance to escape, or I would die here with the rest of you. You that selfless attitude is the reason why we ended up in this mess. Then we promised to make it out of here together. If you hadn't murdered one of the only people who could have handled the situation, we might have made progress on escaping. Even if I didn't kill, someone else would have eventually. And if they were in my position right now, they wouldn't have even admit to what they have done. They'd cry, snivel, and try to guilt you. They wouldn't have be honest like me. Honest or not, playing Tozu's game was risky. You were trapped in a small space, witness. Yeah.
What a joke.
We had food, shelter, but I would have died first. It was obvious from what was happening with Wolfgang. His constant jeering at me, or the few mistakes I made, while the rest of you followed his lead. If a class trial ever happened with him around, he would have accused me of being the killer even without evidence. And you all would have believed him.
Whoa.
That's not... Because of Wolfgang, I was isolated from everyone. He turned me into an easy target for murder. And if I was murdered, it would be the rest of you... would the rest of you even bother to find out who killed me? There's no way you would. There's no way anyone would. You're all the worst. I hope you all rot here. Ooh, man. Man.
You really let me down.
Even if you had some rough spots, some of us still try to get along with you. During the gaming tournament, I was fine with you joining. You think a few games were enough to forgive everything you did to me? None of you actually care about me. None of you. I've never seen I've never been anything to anyone. What do you mean? It's really the same in here as it is out there. I'm always the one that people hated. Don't give me a little sad backstory, bro. Alright, whatever. I didn't choose this talent. I was just doing what others wanted me to do. I was a prodigy student adults wanted me to be, and I thought I did everything right. but I still kept being judged. Everyone else around me resented me, hated me, because they wanted the love I received, or what they thought was love. And despite all my hard work, the UTP turned me into something I never wanted to be. Even if I wanted to return to normality, it would be impossible. I'm stuck with this talent for life. And now, when I try to become something more than a sad joke, I get hit with a realization that all my efforts were for nothing. I never could be anything else, or anyone else. I'll never get what I deserve. But I cared.
don't understand.
If I cared about you. I don't get it.
Why?
Why did you frame me? I cared for you and stood up for you whenever I could.
Say that.
I wanted to be your roommate. I wanted to help you.
I don't want to.
I didn't mean anything. Why? Oh, it didn't mean anything. Why? You still agree with everything Wolfgang said. No matter what he did to me, you kept supporting him. Is that why you tried to frame me for this murder? Yeah, and you deserved it. No. Diana let us sob and nearly fell onto her podium. Diana! Louise ran over.
How can you believe that?
Why did you have to kill Wolfgang in front of her? That's so cruel. She obviously knew what she was doing. Both the cause and the time of death were mentioned in a mock trial case. So it stands to reason they would be mentioned here too. We never realized that she tried to leverage it against us. I'm sure receiving that little camera perk made it all too easy time to murder.
Shut it!
Enough of this bullshit already. So even this privileged little asshole who thinks her life sucks. Who cares? You took Wolfgang's life. The only thing you deserve is some comeuppance. I know she's actually telling the truth. Burning someone because they lied about their inoffensive talent. Even whatever, bro. I'm not reading that.
How can that be?
Even if they didn't kill Wolfgang because she was scared, then why did she kill him? Why else but to escape the killing game? I doubt if any of us were ever threat to her. In fact, whatever, I don't care. She thought she was smarter and better than all of us. That's why she thought she could win the class trial.
Exactly.
Yes, I agree with Winnoa. In that case, do you reckon Ava killed Wolfgang because of his abilities as a lawyer? She herself admitted that he would have suspected her if he was here. Clearly, Wolfgang was the best person to kill if she wanted to escape.
Nope.
And anyway, Ava isn't the only one who is vulnerable. There are people in here with even weaker bodies and weaker minds. Anyone who is looking for an easy kill would know to target them first. It doesn't matter. Even if no one targeted me, I still would have died first. How so? Because of the perk. Huh? Tozu told me that if I didn't use the perk to murder someone as soon as possible, I was going to die.
What did you say?
What?
Nonsense.
Is this true, Tozu?
Me?
Guilty as charged.
Dude,
No way. Tozu never told me the number of days I had left, just that I needed to kill soon. If I didn't kill soon, I'd die.
This isn't fair.
I had to do something. You can't blame me for that. If you were in my shoes, you would have done the same.
Worthless.
It's your own fault. You were only in that situation because you took the perk. Tozu targeted me with the math puzzle. He offered me the perk when I was at my lowest point. If you guys were approached with the way I was, without for the chance to go home, you would have taken a perk too. A bunch of hypocrites. Killing her? That's right. How could I forget? If the blackout is uncovered. Enough already. I'm sick of talking to this scumbag. Get on with the execution. Alright. This soap opera is entertaining, but I realize it's time to change the channel. Wait, don't tell me you're actually going to... It's time, bro. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, bro. All of a sudden, the elevator behind us to the turn. Where machinery can be heard from the other side of the doors.
The show must go on.
Do not avert your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. No, I don't. What's going on? This isn't happening. This isn't happening.
Blood is rushing.
To Victor, the victor goes to the spoils and whatever. I'm not reading that. Just hey, I don't deserve this. Even if you hate me, I don't deserve this. May your charitable justice inspire fear and humility with these wretched souls. This isn't fair. I don't deserve to die. I deserve to live. I deserve to live. And stir in the hearts and minds of those bearing witness. Ready, everyone. Let the show begin.
I want to live. I deserve to live. I'm going to live.
So you saying you about to beat the execution?
I'm going to live.
You gonna beat the execution? That what I'm hearing? And now we present the execution of Ava Suna. Huh? Enjoyed the show. So she really tried to run away. Wow. With the iconic snatch. Yes, sir. Just like that boy Leon. Just like that boy Leon. She trying to. Oh, she trying her hardest. Oh, she really getting choked out. Just let go. Oh my gosh, bro. Fiery furnace of affliction. Where is she at? Is she about to get burnt alive? There's no way. There's no way. Nah, this is crazy animated too. Oh, y'all cooked with this. He put her on a slope? Oh yeah, he evil for that. Oh, he evil for that. Oh, it turned into stairs? He gave her an endless staircase. And he throwing shit at her. To make her fall. That's crazy. And it's just feeding the fire, bro. This is just Toy Story. They really put a Toy Story on her. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Is that all like glass and stuff? And nails? Oh, she really fighting. Oh, she really fighting. She really was. You know what? All the shit I was talking, I low-key wanted to survive, bro. To see how hard she fighting to live and know what Tozu did? Nah, this is crazy. And that's the one girl. Oh my gosh, bro. Yeah. Dang, bro. Yeah, rest in peace, Ava, bro. Rest in peace, Ava, bro. Oh my gosh. That was crazy. My entire body had seized up. I couldn't move a single limb. I could do a stand there and stare.
There's no way.
So that's what punishment entails. Let me go home. Please let me go home.
Isn't this lovely?
Goodness, talk about a heated moment. Even put up a quite a fight. For a second there, she almost had me believing we'd underestimate her. Just kidding.
I'll be damned.
How can you do this? Forcing these innocent people to kill each other. So judgmental. Need I remind you that this is a student-on-student warfare. Shut up already. Ava, why? You just needed a friend. Could have been a friend, bro. Why did you do it? I thought we was homies. Like,
I can't believe it.
whatever, bro. I don't even know. I don't know what I'm feeling anymore. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I'm totally gonna die here, aren't I? No one else is gonna die here. We're gonna be okay. Come on, repeat after me. I'm here. I'm okay. I'm here and I'm okay. I'm here and I'm okay. This is my reality. The fear of death had already been heavy on my shoulders. But now, it had completely enveloped me. I can't do it. I can't lie to myself again. Again, I'm not okay. I'm never going to be okay. I could have changed things. I could have saved her. And him, Wolfgang. If I just dragged him out of the water, I could have saved him. Why didn't I save him? Danny, you had no way of knowing what was going to come next. He was wielding a knife too. Anyone would have done what you did. Did he really bring a knife for self-defense? Usually a comment like that would have gotten a rise out of Grace, but she stayed completely silent. I can't let it in. Wolfgang's highness, I can't let anyone forget it.
How it is.
That goes without saying. I'm sure everyone will remember what Wolfgang did for us. I've never even thought the lengths my talent can go. The ability to change others' appearances to be the best version of themselves. It's always been someone who else sits in front of the mirror. I've never really put myself in that place. Dan, are you okay? If I can't save Wolfgang, then at the very least, maybe I can live for him.
Believe me.
You didn't do anything wrong, Diana.
Pardon me.
Yeah. I can do this. I can feel the life he wasn't able to live. Huh? Aww. I need this art.
Like a chameleon, I will adapt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Follow in Wolfgang's footsteps.
Yes, sir.
And continue what he wasn't able to accomplish.
Yes, sir.
Become something new.
Tears were running down Diana's face by her expression. Somehow she looked determined. Couldn't understand it. Despite everything she's been through, here she was making a silly vow. Acting like a superhero from a storybook. Has this girl lost her mind?
Hold on.
Wolfgang and Ava, neither of them deserve this. I won't let it happen to, what happened to them happen to anyone else here. For both their sakes.
You've got to be kidding me.
Take this seriously, will you? Hey.
Can this get any worse?
It seems your peers aren't much in the mood for heroic monologues.
Moving on.
Anyhow, it's been a long day. Crime scene has already been cleaned up. Unless you have any further questions for me, you're all free to return to your dorm rooms. So any further questions? Get lost. Huh? Now I've heard. In all seriousness, I'll take that as a no. Until next time, everyone. Just like last time, Tozu walked over to the throne. By the way, you're safe to ride the elevator back up. We set it back to the default mode. What you glimpsed before was simply its punishment mode. On that ominous note, he lowered on the ground. Oh my gosh, bro. Hey guys, we should go back to our rooms. And it's about time we draw the day close. Good idea. Yeah, I've been streaming for almost 4.5 hours. I was gonna do like 2, but I couldn't save during the middle of the trial. So I just thugged it out. It's clearly today's events would not be easily forgotten. And then there was me. Everything I've been ruminating over, devastating images which have been playing in my mind. Wolfgang's murder, the trial, Ava dying right in front of me, swallowed by a pit of fire. It all retreated to the corners of my mind. Only thing I can do is focus on now is with those 5 words. My bad. Follow in Wolfgang's footsteps. Hearing those words come from Diana after everything that's happened. Seeing her raise her chin and act so proud, just like Wolfgang once did. It pissed me off. It made you mad? It made you mad? Oh yeah, our look at Eloise, by the way. But our characters, man, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. The fact that made you mad kind of rubbed me the wrong way, Damon. In fact, I was suspecting Ava a little bit because of, the motives. I didn't expect it to go down that way though. But definitely a W chapter, bro. W chapter. Thank y'all so much for watching. I do have a playthrough of the prologue. I also have a playthrough of Danganronpa 1 and 2. If you guys want to go watch that. And we're also playing Persona 5. So go ahead, sub up, leave a like, whatever you want to do, bro. Thank y'all so much for watching. This was fun, bro. This was definitely fun, bro. Thank y'all, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.